I have the distinct privilege of being a trip leader for Momentum, which is an organization that's brought thousands of people to Israel, many of them for their first time. One of the things I missed the most about Corona is the trips to Israel. And I've met literally thousands of women on these trips over the years. And sometimes there's a moment that stands out. So one of the moments that stands out happened last year in 2019. So the way the trip works, the first night we're in Tel Aviv, and then the next night we're in Tiberias, and then we spend the whole day in Sfat. It's not until the third night of the trip that we bring the women to Jerusalem. So at the end of a long, amazing day touring Sfat, we get on the buses and we head to Jerusalem, and the sun sets somewhere when we're on the road. So by the time we get to Jerusalem, it's dark. Usually the women have fallen asleep and the bus is quiet. And as we start that ascent towards Jerusalem, the tour guide gets back on the microphone, gently wakes everybody up. We play Jerusalem of Gold, and we enter this holy ancient city that's now modern and bustling. And for many of the women, it's their first time ever in Israel and their first time ever in Jerusalem. So in 2019, it's dark and I can't see anybody's face. And the tour guide is talking, and then she stops talking and she puts on Jerusalem of Gold. And there was a woman behind me, and I hear her make a phone call. And I hear her on the phone, and she's like trying to be quiet to not disturb other people, but I'm right in front of her. I never saw her face. And I hear her saying into the phone, "I made it. I made it. I'm entering Jerusalem." Every time I tell this story, I get choked up. She says, "Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I made it. I made it. I'm in Jerusalem." There's a saying, you don't know what you got till it's gone. I think one of the things that's hitting us about Corona is all the things we took for granted that now suddenly are just out of our reach. You know, we thought Israel would always be there, and now the skies are closed and the planes aren't flying. We thought we could always see people, and now we can't travel. And some of the people that we love are in a vulnerable group, and we can't go visit them. You know, all these things that we took for granted that we suddenly lost. Tomorrow is the 9th of Av, Tisha B'Av. It's a day where the Jewish people has a national day of mourning. And we're mourning all the things that are broken in our world, specifically the two temples in Jerusalem that were both destroyed on this day, but it's more global than that. It's more universal than that. Yes, the temples are gone, and Jerusalem is not what it once was or what it could be today. And also there's a ripple effect from the absence of that temple. The ripple effect is, according to Jewish tradition, that there's a break between who we are and who we could be, between the perfection we know we could have or we could be striving for, the morality and the vision and the connection that should be there that isn't. The 9th day of Av is a day that tragedy has hit the Jewish people throughout the centuries. This is a day, an anniversary of tremendous pain. But when we sit on the floor and we fast and we mourn, as we traditionally observe Tisha B'Av, that's how we do it. We're crying for the soul of the world. We're crying that there are hungry children, and there are sick people, and there's disease, and there's separation, and there's ignorance, or there's hatred, or there's racism, or there's anything that comes between people knowing that we're one big unit, we're one big family, we're all in this together. Tomorrow night for Tisha B'Av, traditionally, we don't eat or drink, and we think about the destruction of Jerusalem, which is really the destruction of a vessel that was supposed to hold so much light and so much love for all the peoples of the world. We always pray that this should be the last Tisha B'Av. May this be the last Tisha B'Av.